Welcome to the show where stories unfold.
Let's go.
People doing big things, breaking the mold. They're changing the game, making waves every day.
Big move.
Shining bright with the work that is right.
Shine on.
This is Breaking the Silence with Nikki
Nicole in the building.
Unleash your inner voice and make some noise.
Turn up. Welcome to the Breaking the Silence podcast with Arthur and Nikki Nicole. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell your cousin, tell your friend, tell your neighbor to come over here and break the silence with Arthur and Nikki Nicole. Welcome to another powerful episode. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the conversation.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Holy Shit, I'm Doing It Again, Motherhood series on the Breaking the Silence podcast. I am your host, Arthur Nikki Nicole, and this series, baby, is real personal for me because I'm not just talking about motherhood, I'm living a miracle. Listen, after 24 years, I found myself starting all over again, but this time, I wasn't doing it alone. This is the story of two women, my wife and I, who held on to faith through the fire. We prayed for a child for years. We cried. We faced illnesses. We battled silently behind closed doors, trying to keep our hope alive while the world just kept right on moving. We had moments where it felt like God was silent, moments where we almost gave up, but we never stopped believing. And then one day, God said, yes, it's time. It's time. And just like that, we were mothers together. This series is called Holy Shit, I'm Doing It Again because that's exactly what I said when it all came in full circle. When I realized that after all the pain, all the waiting, all the no's, we were finally holding our yes in our hands. This is for the couples who waited. It is for the women who've been overlooked and the underestimated and the still chose love. It is for the families that don't look like everyone else's, but are built on something stronger, faith and favor. So yeah, holy shit. We're moms. We made it. And now we're starting this beautiful, chaotic, sacred journey together. So once again, welcome again to another episode of Motherhood series. So let's break the silence. And I'm going to speak my truth and celebrate the kind of love that doesn't give up, even when the odds say it should. All right, so I want to take you back just a little bit. Back into time and a place where the village was tangible. When I was growing up, my teachers didn't just stand at the front of the classroom. They were part of my church family. They were my neighbors too. On Sundays, I saw them leading worship, greeting us at the doors, praying with my family. They cared not just about my grades, but about who I was becoming. I'll never forget, I had this teacher, Miss Harriet Williams. She made us memorize and recite poetry. And it was this poem called Invictus. Now, don't ask me to recite it today because I don't remember today. But that poem is so powerful. And I think it ends with, I am the captain of my soul and something of my fate. Y'all look it up. Trust me, that poem will shake your whole entire world. But I had teachers that didn't call home to my mom. They handled everything in the classroom. So my mom sometimes didn't know half the time when they dealt with some things because they did it. And my neighbors, they were the watchful eyes, steady hands that kept me from wandering too far off track. Mr. Armstrong was my neighbor across the street. And when I tell you, Mr. Armstrong didn't miss a beat, he did not miss a beat. He was on it when it came to everything. Some people called it nosy, but you know what? As I got older, I started realizing that he was really watching out for me and watching over me. So when I got in trouble, When I started slipping, someone would, gently say, you know what? Come on, you're doing too much. They made sure that I knew I wasn't alone and that the community had my back. That village was real. It was present, it was alive, it was active at all times. But if you're listening right now, you might be wondering, where is that village now? What happened to it? All right, so let's fast forward. Now we're in a time where everything looks so different. Everything is different when it comes down to the village. Life is moving faster, we're busier, we're more isolated, and technology is taking over. Technology has changed how we connect with each other, how we communicate with each other, sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. Family dynamics have shifted. We don't live next door to extended family like we used to. Your auntie. My aunt Weeze lived up the street from me. Neighbors don't always know your name. Sometimes they come in the house and they keep it moving. They don't even introduce themselves like they used to. And many of us, walk this motherhood journey feeling alone or overwhelmed, longing for that kind of support that once was there just naturally. Because people just was there naturally without you asking for their help. It's easy to feel like the village disappeared altogether. And you start to wonder if motherhood has become a solitary fight. Like, are the mothers doing it completely alone? Because even with the single mothers, you had somebody in your corner. Sometime, most of the time, y'all. Let me take that back. Because not everybody's story is the same. But this struggle is personal for me. I'm living this new reality, starting over in motherhood after 24 years. My wife and I, have prayed for this for years. We've tried to plan this to the best of our ability for years, holding on to hope. She battled cervical cancer. I have sarcoidosis, congestive heart failure. So we have multiple illnesses that held us back. We faced a lot of setbacks. Sometimes we doubted if our prayers would ever be answered, right? It wasn't easy. There was moments of joy, but there were many moments of pain and uncertainty as well. But through it all, the village wasn't invisible and it wasn't visible. So neither way, right? The support system, I imagine, wasn't always there in ways that I needed it, but God's grace was. So this series is about more than just parenting. It's about faith and resilience. It's about starting over again with all the mess, the beauty that comes with it. And it's about building a village that works for us today. And what I've come to see is this: the village isn't gone, it's evolving. And today, our village might look like an online support group, a church community that meets virtually, or maybe a close circle of friends who check in when we can't find anyone nearby. The dynamics just have changed over the years. It's about intentional connections, reaching out, creating spaces where we can be honest and real. It means choosing vulnerability in a world that often encourages what? Silence. That's it. But see, when I was raising a child, both of my children, Nicholas and Amani, years ago, I had the support of my mom. I had the support of my mom, and occasionally my Aunt Weeze would step in and help me babysit as well. My cousin Ruth would step in and help me babysit as well. So I had a certain support system when I was coming up with my children that stood in the gaps for me. But when it came down to parenting, I was the parent, the solo parent. So now this time around is a little bit different, but a little bit better at the same time, if that makes sense. But I am just grateful. I'm in awe that I'm doing it again. And I just wonder sometimes how things are going to unfold as time goes by. How much different is it to have a partner with you, helping you raise a child. But my village looks a little bit different because my mother stays an hour and a half away from me now. And at the time when I was raising my children, at points, I was in her household. So my village definitely looks different now because I'm in a whole nother state. I'm married. My children are grown. So everything is a little bit different now. But I'm just glad that I'm in a space where I don't have to do it alone. But I want to challenge you. What kind of village are you ready to build today? Are you willing to show up not just for your children, but for other mothers who are walking through their battles? Are you willing to break the silence and reach out when you feel isolated? Are you? I'm going to give you a moment to think about that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's pause for a second. I hope that you are enjoying this motherhood episode. But let me ask you a question. What has changed from your first child to your second child to your third child when it comes down to support? Were you married when you first started out the first time? Were you single when you first started out? How does your support in your village look now with the next child? Put in the comments and let me know, how's your journey going? The first and the second and the third time around. I hope you're still enjoying the show, but let me ask you a favor. Let me ask you for a favor, just a small favor. Like, subscribe, and share with someone this may resonate with. All right, let's get back into it. You see, the village is waiting for your voice, your strength, and your love. And together we can recreate the support system we all need if we just stick together. We can change everything about the village. The village can come back to the way it used to be. And not even that. It can be better than where it used to be, right? So as I close, I want you to reflect on this. What happened to the village that used to raise us? It's still here. It's just waiting for us to build a new village. That's it. So if this message has spoke to your heart any type of way, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the Breaking the Silence podcast, and help me continue to grow a community, not only of people and who are doing amazing things, people who have stories of resilience, but mothers who refuse to walk alone. Breaking the Silence is all about connecting people so people can get to the next level. Because guess what? If we come together, we can win together. If we come together, we can grow together. So your story matters, your voice matters, and together we will rise. One village, one mother, one story at a time. So until next time, y'all continue to stay inspired, stay strong, and remember that you got this. Later.
Better days, slowly but surely it's a better space that'll waste my mind, so I meditate till I levitate, I elevate, but I learn not to hesitate no more, keep moving forward, chase my goals and focus more towards it, hate the lows but I need those to flourish, place my goals in front, that's what's important. So I ask myself what inspires me, breaking out of my shell, feeling yo shot quiet me, and now I'm breaking the silence like I'm Nikki Nicole, let's go. Promise you gon' see better days. Gotta keep going till you see them. Promise you gon' see better days. You gotta keep going till you see them.